Dikshan garu chala thought-provoking issues raised. So let us discuss on that first in prime permits of projects. I'll take you back 2 centuries ago. The situation prevalent was that people died of starvation. There were famines. When I worked in Mahbubnagar area, old generation were still living now. They told me they ate black cotton soil. Food was not available. Water was not available for drinking. So all the irrigation projects today, which were taken up, were intended mainly not on CBR, kindly note, not on CBR. Cost benefit was not calculated. We want to save lives. We want to give water to as many villages as possible. That's the reason why we took hundreds of kilometers of canals. To irrigate mere 80 kilometers in RDS, we run the canal for 100 miles. To irrigate 2.5 lakh acres in Nizam Sagar, we run the canal for hundreds of miles. The main intention was to stop starvation deaths. Today, the another, as Mr. Biksham raised, we won. We were begging for food for other countries when Nehru was alive. We are not going to other countries today. We have to appreciate our engineers who have constructed the dams. We have eradicated famine totally. We are famine free. We have eradicated drinking water. We have eradicated food to eat. That was the basic concept those days. Now, until World Bank came, they reviewed our projects. They went to Asian countries, they went to Pakistan, Nepal. They came to India also. They commented, we are bad managers of projects. Yes, the aim of the project was to save lives. We won it. We are successful engineers. But today, water is required for other sectors. People want for industries. Now 10% is allocated for drinking. Now inputs, what water you are putting to use, how much you are getting in turn, that is being discussed these days. Okay, economics are necessary. You don't mind if I sit? I'll be more comfortable sitting. So I had opportunity to interact with engineers of other countries. The other day, when Chinese engineers came to our department, they told us, just imagine a situation when you are lifting water from Godavari, say Dhavaleshwaram, to SRSP. Can you think of? They are doing it now. From Dhavaleshwaram, lifting water to SRSP. That's what is the thinking today. They want to develop their country, they want to give water to industries. Economics of water, of course. How much each cubic meter is costing. This is the, of course, analysis today. Now, we have, fortunately, in terms of acres, after formation of Telangana, when we have assessed, we have projects which are existing, spanning, perhaps first project was Nizam Sagar, constructed about 78 years ago. That was the first project in major irrigation in India. Kindly note, today it is dying. 2.5 lakh acres. We have killed it literally. We are not getting inflows because we want drinking water. Drinking water priority. Totally we have killed it. As a relief, we have provided Gudpa and Elsagar lift irrigation schemes. They are costing about 3,000 to 5,000 per acre. Ayakat is fully developed, fantastic soils. They are pioneers in how to cultivate, and they are pioneers. Today, Ankapur is the richest village in the country. They are raising paspu seeds yes now. Richest village in the yeah. We have learned. We are the teachers in that field. Kindly don't criticize our irrigation sector. No, the concept has changed. When World Bank came, okay, every drop of water is costly. Now let us look at the geography of our state. Krishna is entering at 300 meter elevation, Godavari is entering at 300 meter elevation, and we are sitting at 600 elevation, 550 to 600 elevation. The total area of Telangana is about 2.8 crore acres, total geographical area. Telugu matlada sir, English తోటి 2,81,00,000 ఎకరాలు మన టోటల్ జియోగ్రఫికల్ ఏరియా. దాంట్లో 25% forest, about 60 lakh acres is going for forest. It is necessary. God Almighty has given us forest area also. Then about 20% is not useful cultivation. 1.81 crore acres is cultivable. 1,80,00,000 ఎకరాలు కల్టివబుల్ ఉంది మనకి ఇప్పుడు. 60% area is rain fed today. 60% cultivation is rain fed. That's a bad situation today. We have 900 TMC of water in Godavari, 300 TMC of water in Krishna, 450 TMC of water in groundwater, as groundwater. Total about 17 to 1800 TMC of water is available. Look at the equation. We have 1800 TMC available, we have 1.81 crore acres. If you economize the use of water, you can have intensity of irrigation 150% and provide irrigation to entire Telangana area of 1.81 crores, and also earmark adequate kind of water for drinking and industries. The God Almighty has blessed our Telangana with such a good geography. 1700 teams, 800 teams is available today. We haven't put to use the existing projects. For instance, SRSP, 10 lakh acres. LMDలో నేను సీగా ఉన్నప్పుడు 9,000 క్యూసెక్లు నేను రిజర్వాయర్స్ రిలీజ్ చేస్తే 9,000 క్యూసెక్స్ 140 కిలోమీటర్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసి ఎల్ఎండి రిజర్వాయర్లో పడాలంటే గగనమైంది. 1000 క్యూసెక్లు కూడా వీ కుడ్ నాట్ గెట్. 7,000 నుంచి 8,000 క్యూసెక్లు దారిలో 140 కిలోమీటర్స్ 5 lakh acres. 7-8 లక్షల ఎకరాలకు సరిపడే నీళ్ళని 5-6 లక్షల ఎకరాల వాళ్ళే వాడేసుకుంటున్నారు. ఇది ఒక జిల్లాకు ఇంకో జిల్లాకు మధ్య ఉన్న పోరు. వాటర్ యూజ్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఎంతలో ఉందంటే ఒక టీఎంసీతోనూ నార్మల్గా 10 నుంచి 15,000 ఎకరాలు ఇరిగేట్ చేస్తే మన దగ్గర కొన్ని ప్రాజెక్టులు 3,000 ఎకరాలు కూడా చేయడం లేదు. దట్ ఈస్ ది వాటర్ యూజ్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ టుడే. దట్ ఏరియా వే టు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్. 24 లక్షల ఎకరాలేమో మీడియం అండ్ మేజర్ పెట్టినాము. సుమారుగా 5,000 ట్యాంకులేమో 100 ఎకర పైనవి, 30,000 ఎకరాలేమో చిన్న ట్యాంకులు. 5,000 ట్యాంకులేమో 100 ఎకరాల కన్నా పైనవి, ఇంకా చిన్న కుంటలేమో 30,000 దాకా ఉన్నాయి. అంతా కలిపితే సుమారుగా 20 లక్షల ఎకరాలు ట్యాంక్ సమృద్ధిగా ఉన్నాయి మన దగ్గర. ఇప్పుడు వెల్స్ 18 లక్షల వెల్స్ ఉన్నాయి సార్. 18 lakh number of wells, 95% energized. There we can irrigate about 25 lakh acres. Ado 25 lakhs by gravity, all the major irrigation projects, about 20 lakhs on minor irrigation sector and about 25 lakhs on wells. Idantha kalipite 75 lakhs daaka irrigation facility infrastructure ready undi. Mismanagement sariga man manage cheyadam la. For instance, if I take NSP, SRSP, తూములు లేవండి ఆఫ్ టేక్కి. ఒక కెనాల్లో 50 క్యూసెక్లు తీసుకునేది తూము లేకపోవడం వల్ల 100 క్యూసెక్లు పోతాయి సార్. దాని మూలన ఏమవుతుంది, హెడ్ అండ్ రీచ్లో 2 నీళ్లు తీసుకుంటున్నారు, టేల్ ఎండ్కి వచ్చే వరకు నీళ్ళు ఉండడం లేదు. యాజ్ వరల్డ్ బ్యాంక్ పాయింట్ అవుట్, వీఆర్ వెరీ బ్యాడ్ మేనేజర్స్. కానీ పొలిటికల్ ఇంటర్వెన్షన్ కూడా చాలా ఉంది. ఇంత బహిరంగంగా చెప్పడానికి వీలుందో లేదో తెలియదు, కానీ అన్లెస్ ది పొలిటికల్ అండ్ ది కామన్ మ్యాన్ అండ్ ది ఇంజనీర్స్ వర్క్ టుగెదర్, దిస్ ఈస్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ టు సెండ్. When SRSP was designed for 9 lakh acres, we are unable to irrigate more than 5 lakh acres even today because of bad management. No doubt bad management. But absence of shutters, కొన్ని డిజైన్ లోపాలు పెట్టండి. ఇప్పుడు ఎస్ఆర్ఎస్సీ మెయిన్ కెనాల్లో ఇవి ఉన్నాయి, తూములు ఉన్నాయి, 100 ఎకరాలు ఇరిగేట్ చేసే తూములు. మెయిన్ కెనాల్లో తూములు కూడా పెట్టడం ఆ రోజుల్లో అవసరం ఉండింది. దట్ ఈస్ టు బి నౌ రీవిజిటెడ్. మెయిన్ కెనాల్ క్యారింగ్ 10,000 cusecs. Just imagine 8,000, 9,000 cusecs. We have optics of FCs to irrigate 100 acres. అది ఒక క్యూసెక్ తీసుకునేది 10 cusecs తీసుకుని అట్లా ఎన్ రూట్ లాసెస్ చాలా ఉన్నాయి. అందుకే లైనింగ్ చేసాము, 1 cusecs దాకా లైన్ చేసాము, అంత సేవింగ్ చేసాము. స్టిల్ 1,00,000 ఎకరాలకి 2,000 నుంచి 3,000 తూములు ఉంటాయి సార్. 2,000 నుంచి 3,000 తూములు. 10 లక్షల ఎకరాలకి 20,000. ఎన్ఎస్పి సిస్టంలో కనీసం 50,000 తూములు. 50,000 తూముల్ని మనం ఆపరేట్ చేయాలంటే ఎంత మ్యాన్ పవర్ కావాలా, ఎంత ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ కావాలా. వాటర్ ఫ్లోస్ 24/7. Vishankar, I need your attention. The water management is a complex process with gated canal system. చాలా కాంప్లెక్స్. మీరు అన్నారే బయట కంట్రీలో చేస్తున్నారు, వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు, కెనాల్ ఆటోమేషన్ చేస్తారు. ప్రతి కెనాల్ గేజ్ దగ్గర సెన్సార్ పెడతారు. సెన్సార్ ఈజ్ కనెక్టెడ్ టు satellite. Satellite is connected to your system. A man sitting in an office will know the gauge data of all the 2,000 offtakes in 1,00,000 acres. Wherever there is change in level, he will release the water sitting in office. Sitting in office, he will operate the gates. The system is simple in operation but complex in design, and in our country it's impossible. Reason being that lots of interventions are there. ఒక తూమికి మెజరింగ్ ఫ్లూ పెడితే నాగరం సభలో ఇరగొట్టినారు, నీళ్ళు తక్కువ వస్తాయని. ఒక సెన్సార్ కనుక ఇట్ ఇస్ ఎక్స్పోజ్ వెన్ కెనాల్ ఈస్ క్లోజ్డ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ బి డ్యామేజ్డ్. తూములో ఉన్న షట్టర్ ఎత్తుకుని పోతున్నారు, స్లాబ్ బద్దలు కొట్టి 6 mm rods, 7 mm rods తీసుకుని పోతున్నారు. సో ది సెన్సిటైజింగ్ ఎ ఫార్మర్, sensitizing the villagers, sensitizing the politicians, it all is involved when you want to operate a system as per the world standards. Today we are operating 30 to 40% efficiency, where global standard is 65, 70. Now government of India is worried. At country level, we have created irrigation potential of 25 crore acres. All the dams, canal system, we have generated irrigation potential of 25 crores. We are unable to give assured supply for 30% of ICAT today. 30%, almost about 7 crore acres. Our own geographical area is 2.8 crore acres. So 78 crore acres is not getting water because of bad management of canal system. So first and foremost priority, our state is that 24 lakh acres worth of capital assets generated by way of constructing dams, canals and FCs have to be revisited. Water is efficiency, Government of India says improve water efficiency by 20%. At least let us keep a target of 10% minimum today, this year. If we can save 10% water, we'll be irrigating 3 to 4 lakh additional ICAT today. Out of 24 lakhs today, we are unable to irrigate even 10 to 15 lakhs. 40 to 50% ICAT is not getting water. When I visited NSP left canal after retirement, I worked in government as consultant. The very first distributor on left canal, along distributor when I worked, there are no shutters. Absence of shutter, as you all know, draws 100% to 200% more discharge. So if the distributor is running for few hundreds of kilometers or 50s of kilometers, tail end of 30% is not getting water. So first priority is to revisit all our projects. In SRSP, Navansar system, Nizam Sagar, RDS, Jurala, wherever we have deficiencies, physical interventions, managerial interventions, both are necessary to improve efficiency. Once you stabilize 24 lakh acres of ICAT, for which we have dams, we have canal systems, we are successful engineers. We want, I'll tell you, we want. What is happening is, I'll tell you Kantalpalli also. No. The questions raised by him are very relevant here. Relevant in the sense, let us have an action plan. That's what I'm coming to. No. Since he has already raised the issue, at what cost? On that, I have noted his points. The other point he raised is, we should have a master plan. Master plan, let us now examine. let us consider only Godavari. As you said, let us come to Godavari. Godavari is subdivided into 12 basins, right? All of you know. For the benefit of those who are not familiar with water, total yield from Godavari is 3000 TMC, 1000 million cubic feet. Approximately 1 TMC will get about 10 to 15,000 acres. First 4 basins carries only 15% of yield, where we have SRSP, unfortunately. Only 15%. Last 9 and 11, Pranayita and Indravati, there 700 TMC, 800 TMC, Pranayita, about 600 TMC from next river, 1400 TMC, and other is Sabari that costs about 400 TMC. This tail end, that is 10, 11 and 12, they are constituting about 1500 to 600 TMC of water out of total 3000 TMC of entire Godavari put together, out of which we are sharing only 900 TMC. Now our focus shifts on Indravati and Pranayita, where we have 800 TMC from one river, 600 TMC other. Sabari of course is not our jurisdiction. 1400 TMC is today available. The most concentration of all of us should be on only these 2 basins, where we have 1400 TMC is going untapped, which perhaps may be picked up by Polavaram in next 5 or 10 years. So this 1400 TMC, how best we can utilize? Our most concentration should be on this particular basins, G9 and G11. They belong to our main river, hardly contributing to 200 TMC is not an issue here. That's the reason why, as he pointed out, our Nizam has concentrated there. Look at his intelligence those days. 80% of the water available in Godavari is available only at G9 and G11. We are neglecting. Reasons are many. Political could be because we were ruled by Andhra people. Of course, it has all happened. The agreements which are entered into in 75 by all the CMs and all, maybe deliberately as government representative, if I am silent, the people will take for granted. From Telangana there was no proper, but okay, I agree. All heads of departments from Andhra, okay. But today is not the point of discussion. Discussion is, you rightly pointed out, we must have a master plan. And one thing I want to clarify, irrigation engineers who worked in department are the best. In private, you have experts in road engineering, we have expert in bridge engineering, but I haven't seen the experts who have exposure as we have in India. We are 2-century-old irrigation engineers. I have experience with private firms. They will give colorful maps, but the content is not useful to us. We have redone the work given to private agencies. Kindly understand.